Okay, John, thank you for all the help. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I know you're the family lawyer, and yeah, if I need any legal advice, give you a call, and if anything else, if I need some help, just give you a chat. Okay, thank you, John. Uh, okay, guys and gals, and welcome to Farming Simulator 25, the new beer and whiskey challenge. I lost all my previous save games except for my live stream. And I mean, I literally lost them. I tried to record um yesterday. Uh, After the live stream, I wanted to record a video, and all my saves except for the live stream disappeared. There was no more saved. I had like 10 saved maps, and the only one that was on there was the live stream I've been doing. So we are redoing the beer and whiskey challenge. Now, there's a change to this. And I'm going to give you the story. My Uncle Jim passed away about 6 months ago. In his will, he left his daughter the John Deere dealership that he owned and operated, and he gave me the family farm. So that's interesting. Now, the John Deere dealership, he in his instructions was to supply all new equipment to the farm that is needed for farming. So my cousin Jen, his daughter, has done that. So there's a bunch of brand new equipment. I haven't been here in ages. So let me give you a little bit of a family history about how the family got to here. My great-great-grandfather was born in Berlin, Germany. His father, my great-great-great-grandfather, father, was a brewmaster in Berlin. He decided to take the family and immigrate to the United States, where they settled in Chicago. Why Chicago? I don't know. But my great-great-grandfather was 10 when he moved to Chicago. And he worked alongside his father. And his father taught him how to brew beer. So, as he got older, he bought some farmland because his father was running the brewing company, and he decided to get a small farm to grow the barley and grow the stuff to brew the beer, and that's what he did. Well, at the same time my great-great-grandfather moved to Chicago, my great-great-grandmother, she wasn't my great-great-grandmother then, her family immigrated from Ireland, also to Chicago, and they lived on the same street in Chicago. So my great-great-grandfather and great-great-grandmother were best friends growing up, and then they just became husband and wife. They had 5 kids. Unfortunately, my great-great-grandmother passed. Her name was Judith. And when they would when they got married, their plant throughout the years they were talking. There was rumors about West, and they heard about this area called Montana, and that it's great farmland, and they're looking for farmers to go out there and develop farms. And they always talked about doing that, moving out to Montana. Well, after my great-great-grandmother Judith passed, my great-great-grandfather decided to take the kids. They had 3 boys and 2 girls. He was just so sad and depressed, he needed to get away. So he sold the farm and moved to Montana and homestead. He found this area. He came to this area. He was the only person at the time, and he started homesteading. And he called the area, because there's lots of plains out here, so he called this place Judith Plains in memory of his wife. And he built a house and started building a farm and stuff like that. As he passed, it was downloaded to my great-grandfather, then my grandfather, then my Uncle Jim. My Uncle Jim was... My grandfather had 2 boys and 1 girl. Uncle Jim was the oldest. Bobby, my father, was the middle child. And my Aunt Sarah was the youngest. So when my grandfather, as they grew up, they helped out on the farm. Uncle Jim really didn't like farming. So when it was time, he went to school. He went to the University of Montana and got a 4-year Bachelor's of Science degree in business management. And then after he got his degree, he came back out here and started, he decided he knew a lot about farm equipment. So he decided he was going to set up a small shop here in town, because there was no tractor dealership. There's no way the farmers can get equipment and all that. So he decided to set up a John Deere dealership here in town. Now, my father went to UNC, University of North Carolina. He got an engineering degree in construction. He got his master's in construction engineering, and UNC is in Chapel Hill. He liked the area. He actually liked the Raleigh area. So after he worked in construction and all that while he was going to school, and after he got his degree, he decided he was going to start up a construction company in Raleigh, which is the capital of North Carolina. And well, I used to come here when my father got married to my mother Barbara. Every summer when I was born, it's me and I have my sister. Just the 2 of us. The family would fly out to Montana after school got let out. They would spend a week, and then my mom and dad would fly back to Raleigh. we would spend the summers with my grandpa. So, growing up during the summer times, I was here because my father became a very big construction. He runs the largest construction company in the state of North Carolina, so he's always busy. And my mother was a nurse. She was the head nurse at Raleigh Memorial in the ER department. My father, when I went when I graduated from high school, wanted to know what I wanted to do with my life, and I told my father, because he wanted me to basically go to UNC and get my degree in construction engineering and eventually take over the business. And I told him no. I decided I want to become a firefighter paramedic and rescue worker, because I watched this TV show called Emergency, and that's what I wanted to do with my life. So I went to school, studied fire science. I I was working full time. Had a little. We lived just out. Our house was just outside in Wake County. So I joined the local fire department there when I turned 18, and I was going to yeah, I was going to North Carolina State to study fire science. And one of the things, if you're in North Carolina, if you volunteered as a firefighter, all your training in firefighting or EMS, you can take classes. They would have classes. So I went to I was going to North Carolina State full time. In the evenings, I was going to Wake Community College. I got my firefighter 1 and 2 certification. Then I got my EMT. Then I got my intermediate. And then I got my paramedic. And when I got my fire science degree, I got a job at Raleigh Fire Department. So I worked at Raleigh Fire Department. I was a firefighter paramedic, and I actually was good at rescues. So I ended up on the rescue squad in Raleigh. I started off as a firefighter paramedic, so I already had my paramedic, and every once in a while I would have to fill in on the ambulance as a paramedic. Then I got transferred to a station that had a rescue squad, because I had my rescue certifications and all that. So I got on the rescue squad, worked my way up as a rescue worker, all the way up to rescue engineer, which means I get to drive the big truck, operate all the rescue equipment and all that. That's just so. That's what I did with my life. But we worked 24-hour shifts. We worked 24 on, 24 off, 24 on, 24 off, 24 on. Then we were off for 4 days. Well, where I was living, I was still living in Wake County, but I moved out of the family house, and I had my own little place. And next door, I moved down in the country. In the country. I moved next door to a farm. Got to know the farmer, and then I started working part-time. When I wasn't at the fire department, I was working on the farm. He had a dairy farm, and I was working at the dairy farm for him. So he had fields and stuff like that, and because the summers I spent with my grandfather, he taught me how to farm. So that's how we got here. My family history. My grandfather, my great great grandfather, homesteaded this area, named it Judith Plains after his late wife. When the town was built, he became the first mayor, and they had a large farm out here. He also set up a brewery here in town next to the farm, where he was also brewing beer and selling it locally, and it kept on growing. It was a good-sized brewery. So that got passed down, and when my grandfather was given the family farm, the brewery, he also kind of did some homemade whiskey. I'll just leave it at that. He was making his homemade whiskey, and a lot of people in the area liked it. So next door to the brewery, he set up a whiskey factory, and it started growing. It's the largest. It became the largest whiskey distributor in Montana, along with the largest beer manufacturer in Montana. So when Uncle Jimmy and my father went off to college and wasn't interested in farming, as he got older, he went ahead and sold the brewery and sold the whiskey factory to Jack Daniels, and they've taken it over. My Uncle Jimmy has stated in my one of the clauses, yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. One of the clauses for me to keep the farm is within 5 years I must buy back the beer factory and the whiskey factory within 5 years total. Within 10 years, I also have to make a profit around $10 million within 10 years. So I got to make $1 million a year is basically what I got to do within 10 years. I got to make $10 million in 10 years. If I do not, I lose the farm. I lose the brewery. I lose, if I bought them, I lose both factories, and everything would be turned over to the town. So that's where we're at. So I'll tell you what we are going to do. That's my cousin's place now. Was my Uncle Jim's. See if anybody's here. Hello? Anybody home? Yeah. That's my cousin's car right there. That's her car right here. They must be they must be hidden somewhere. So basically what I did is I quit my job at the fire department in Raleigh, and I arrived here. I went to the bank, transferred my savings, my life savings, to the bank, which is $50,000. Met John, signed all the paperwork. John's going to be keeping an eye on the. He's the executor. He's also the executor of the will, and the family lawyer. So I did talk to my cousin on the phone several times while driving up here, letting her know I'm coming. I'm where I was each time. I had to make a couple stops at a couple hotels along the way and all that. And one of the clauses that my cousin had to follow was that she, tell you what, let's go ahead and get into this mode. That she had to supply the farm with all brand new farming equipment, everything that is needed. That's street, yeah. Everything that's needed in the farming community. Everything that's needed to run the farm. We have, I think, five fields in total. My uncle Jimmy, my uncle David's on my mother's side. My uncle Jimmy, when the farm was handed down to him by my grandfather, he never ran the farm. He leased the fields to farmers and kept the maintenance up on the farm itself. So nobody's lived in the farm for about 15 years. Jen did say that she had cleaned and got furniture, got everything organized. My Uncle Jimmy remodeled the farm, updated a bunch of stuff, and added a bunch of stuff, and made it look nice and good. And he's also making money off of it because he set up solar panels and a couple windmills, and that power the farm. He makes enough money. He makes enough money to actually he makes enough electricity to where he sells the excess electricity that isn't used by the farm to Montana Power. So he had a nice little side income coming in from that. And since everything's in my name now, it's now mine. This is the Jack Daniel factory. Used to be my grandfather's factory. He's the one who built this and set it up. They still use his recipe. They make his whiskey also out of here. And according to the lawyer, according to John, let me just call him John. He said that both these people, both of these companies will be for sale only to me. They click OK. $240,000 is what they want for this factory. So I have to come up with $240,000. I only got 50. That's not enough. Let's see how much. That was my great-great-grandfather's last name. And it is America's oldest brewery. Anheuser-Busch, as you can see, bought the factory. from my grandfather. When my grandfather sold these two factories, because he knew his sons weren't going to be in it. So he sold them and all that. And like I said, the lawyer said that they both will be up for sale only to me because of the family. Oh, also $240,000 because of the family history and because I'm the heir apparent to it, and I literally own the rights to the whiskey and to the beer, the rights to the recipes for the beer, and I also own the rights to the whiskey my grandfather made. Not the rights. I own the formula. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So my grandfather kept this place, built this place. It was on his farmland. He sold this for he sold that land, and they built a warehouse company there. He sold that part where the warehouse is. But my cousin said right behind the warehouse is some truck equipment, because from here back to you get to the gully, and let's hop out of here. And that field right across the street from there, I own all that. Okay, we got some tractor trailer equipment. She said she left up here. So we got a flatbed, we got a grain truck, and we got a tanker truck. And we got a slot open for anything else that we might need. Ah, this is one of my fields. We got clover growing. So it's not ready to be harvested yet. What's across the street? Okay, we got alfalfa, which is ready to be harvested. It looks like we got a couple fields here. Let me take a look at the map. Okay, so we own field 60, 56, 52, 49, 54, and 50. Plus we own all the land that these buildings are on. So if we do this, take a look. You can see I own everything. My great-grandfather named this Wild Prairie Ranch. Named the farm that. When he took over the farm. And the name has stuck. So it looks like we got some... Oh, we got some barley. That's good. What we got here? We got barley also. We'll check the other field. I'll tell you what, we'll just do this. Be quicker. And we got barley here. I guess the farmers that were renting it were trying to sell barley to those two companies, because you use barley to make the beer, you use barley and corn to make the whiskey. So, simple recipe. So I guess that's what they did. So let's continue on. And we'll take a look at the farm. It's now 9 o'clock in the morning, and looks like I got a lot of work to do. We haven't checked. We need to check out the equipment, see what... She never told me exactly what is here. Ah, stop sign. Okay. Cow barn? Something. I don't know. That log cabin is something my great-great... That's the house my great-great-grandfather built. And there's a sign for the farm. That's the name of the farm that my great-grandfather named it. Oh yeah, she did say that there was a storage building. Yeah, we can... Okay. Looks like the truck is sinking. Well, let's park this truck here, turn off the engine, hop out, there we go. And no, I didn't tell you to do that. Okay, we got a small flatbed truck. My truck's sinking. Oh. And she said this shed is also used for GPS. Yeah, there's the antenna. Okay. Let's take a look at the farm before we take a look at the house. So let's see what kind of equipment we got here. Well, an old wagon. Okay, we've got a John Deere header. Grain header. Oh, yeah. I read about this. The Lizard 591A. You can convert this. This is a roller. You can also convert it into a grass roller. You can also convert it into a cultivator. You can also convert it into a plow. And I don't know what else you can convert it into. So let's see. Open dialogue. Okay, we can have up to 500 cows here. So we got 500 cows on an old wagon. Milk shed. Well, those must have been the windmills that my Uncle Jim put in. That's the solar. That's the power station for this farm, right? Is right there. My grandfather built this. This is a storage facility. Little office, so you can keep track of everything. My Uncle Jim put signage so you know exactly what's in the silos and what is in every building that holds materials. And you pull the truck in here, unload it. And this is a cold storage building, so you can store all your stuff here. Close that. That looks good. Okay. This looks like a silage maker. You dump your... Oh, no, you pick up here. You dump here. Dump your materials in here and you pick it up there, and there's a sign there. And a sign there. Okay, yeah, this is... Yeah, this is the alfalfa drying station. Okay. We can find this one. Yeah, we can. So basically what happens is you will load your alfalfa in here. It will dry and turn into hay. And then you just back the trailer into here and dump it. The hay gets dumped into here. That's nice. Ah, some more equipment. Okay, this looks like a John Deere seeder. Automatic drill seeder. Let's take a look at this. Okay. This is the Kenzie automatic drill planter. So if I'm going to be growing corn, I need the planter. If I'm growing barley, I need this. Forage wagon. Okay, not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. Lime station. Oh no, this is this is a fill station where you can fill lime, seeds, anything that you need here. Looks like another dairy barn. My grandfather loved cows. This is also 500 cows. He had his own. He actually made a special dairy. Go in here. See what we got in here. Nothing. Oh, okay. I guess this is a John Deere lawnmower. Guess this is for the alfalfa and clover. And we got a Mack truck. Black Anthem, looks like. Of course, everything's in John Deere green. Because we got it from the John Deere dealership. Looks like bale storage. Looks like we got a grain wagon. Automatic bale picker. And a plow. That's nice. Got some more equipment over here. We have a John Deere 6R. Brand spanking new with a front end forklift or pallet jack, pallet mover. John Deere 1443C baler and square bales. Okay. So what we got in here? Let's open this door up. Got some big equipment in here is what we got. Okay, we got the John Deere X9 1100 with American flag and eagle. This looks like a sprayer, John Deere sprayer, another John Deere sprayer. So I guess one's herbicide and one is fertilizer. And we got the John Deere limer. Okay. Like some of these old sides. I really do. Yeah, I remember that sign. Oliver, which got bought out by John Deere. Okay. We got a corn header. Okay, let's go in this door. We got our tractors. This is the 8RX 410. We got two of those. This is the 9RX 830 John Deere. This is the giant software John Deere that they added a month ago, a couple weeks ago, and it looks like we got two of them, and they also the two 8Rs. Both these were added to the game. What do we get here? Bed for the workers, little lounge, little day room, TV. Yeah, looks nice, looks nice. Some old equipment. Little lounge area and sleeping area for the employees. Okay. Is that it for the equipment? Yeah, we came in this way. Let's go ahead and shut the door. So that's it for the equipment. It looks like we got plenty of good equipment. Of course, my uncle had to put a John Deere sign out here. Nobody comes by it. We got 2 silos and a corn dryer. We also got a chicken coop. How many chickens can we get? Let me guess, 500. Hey, I was right, 500. So we want chickens. Oh yeah, let's check out this building before we go inside the house. What is this building? Ah, it's a sheep and goats. My grandfather actually had goats. I used to feed them all the time. I love the goats. Yeah. And let me guess, 500, right? Yeah, 500. Okay. And this is the specialty dairy that my grandfather built. You come in here, hit R, select, and you can make aged goat cheese, buffalo milk. So you got buffalo cows, buffalo butter, goat butter, milk butter, regular cheese. You can make chocolate. What do you need for chocolate? 1 milk, sugar. Okay. You can make bottled goat's milk, regular goat's cheese. Okay, this takes regular milk, and this is ricotta. I don't know how to pronounce that kind of cheese, but that's the expensive kind of cheese. You can make bottled milk. You can make yeah. Got buffalo mozzarella there, and you can make regular mozzarella here. And ricotta cheese. So you can make some fancy cheeses, or just bottle the milk, or make some chocolate, or make some butter. So we have lots of options here. Now, oops. Yeah, let's go into the house. Yeah, I guess they have redecorated. My cousin said that she put new furniture in here. Nice big TV, speakers, the old grandfather clock. That was my great grandfather's clock. Got a fireplace. Hey, it does. It's working. Okay. Old piano. It's in this room. It's been a while. Ah, bathroom. My cousin told me my uncle went ahead and redid everything in here. Got a wardrobe here and sleep in here, so this is my bedroom. Got a kitchen. Now this fireplace doesn't work. We've got a nice kitchen, remodeled. Old refrigerator. Ah, guess this is going to be my office where I can sit down. She got me a nice computer, I'll tell you that. Farming books, pictures of cows, horses. So let's go up to the second story. Now this was my room when my grandfather had it during the summertime. I would stay in here. This wasn't here when I was growing up. That bed wasn't here. It was a single bed here when I was staying here. Mirror and table and all that. That's good. And if I remember correctly, this was my sister's bedroom during the summertime. She had more windows than me. I don't know, about the same. And this was our bathroom. Tub, toilet, mirror where you can't see reflection. Ah, put a pool table up here. Card table too, that's nice. Okay, so that's the house. That is the house, everybody. We got my great-great-grandfather built this house out of logs that were here. Got a nice porch out here. It's a nice looking house. This log cabin's about 160 years old, I think, something like that. And it still looks great. Still looks great. So that's going to be it, guys and gals. In our next episode, we got... Let's take a look at the fields real quick. Okay, field... Foliage needs to be removed. What's in field 50? This is barley. Okay, let's take a look at the map. Again. Ready to harvest. So 49, 52, 54, and 50 and 60 is ready to be harvested. 66 and 57. What's 66 is 56 is that? What's 57? Clover. Okay. So we got 2 fields of clover. We got 1 field of alfalfa. 3 fields of wheat. So that's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. So guys and gals, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and bell. That way you know when the next episode of Beer and Whiskey Challenge comes along. Also, do me a favor, you watch this far, hit that like button. And if you're watching this on a mobile phone or a mobile device, hit that hype button. It helps the video out and helps me out, and doesn't cost you a dime. As always, have fun playing your games, be safe out there in the world, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.